Hello there, and welcome to Afcon 360 Day Night Review and Analysis. My name is Wale, and I've got my mate here reporting live all the way from Garoua in Cameroon. Toby Adepoju. Toby's going to be joining us pretty soon. But before we obviously take on Toby, well, the good news, if you're a Cameroonian watching this show today, is that, Cameroon, Indomitable Lions, top the Group C, I'm sorry, Group A of the Afcon. They played three games so far, won two, and drew one against the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde. So Blue Sharks survived the Lions' bite today, but at the end of the day, it was Cameroon that topped the group with 7 points, and Burkina Faso, the Stallions of Burkina Faso, coming second with 4 points. The Blue Sharks of Cape Verde are probably just hanging on there. Hopefully, they will qualify as one of the third best teams in the groups. But what a very tight group that was. But Cameroonians, obviously, as hosts, have done what they should be doing, really, by topping that group and qualifying as group winners of Group A. So those were the results of today. Burkina Faso won, Ethiopia won. So Ethiopia just finished that group and probably will be bidding bye-bye to AFCON 2021 later tomorrow when they pack their bags and head up back to Addis Ababa after finishing bottom of Group A. So they finished with just 1 point in that group, with just having drawn one game, losing two. And this one, just like I said, Blue Sharks of Cape Verde drew 1-1 with the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. So as it finished, like I said before, in Group A is Cameroon, 7 points, Burkina Faso 4, Cape Verde 4, and Ethiopia 1. So Toby's here today, reporting live from Garoua, and obviously I've got my mate Amos Joseph. Amos is also in Leeds today, I presume, Amos, and we will be discussing this group, Group A. We'll be looking at tomorrow's game. We'll be looking at Ghana. What's going to happen to the Ghanaian team? What's been happening to them? And obviously, we also touch about the surprise game yesterday. Equatorial Guinea beating African champions Algeria, which we didn't ever think that was going to happen, but that happened. And that's why we've always said African football, there are no minnows in African footballs. In African football, you never know where it goes. Okay. So, Amos, thank you for joining us. Are you in Leeds today, or are you in Sheffield to start with? I need to tag you.
Where are you? Sheffield, but I'm not home actually.
Okay. I need to tag you as the new Ajala travel all over the world. And of course,
Afcon. It's Afcon that has been taking me around.
And obviously, the other Ajala that we've got here, and if you're wondering who Ajala is, there was this man called Ajala that traveled. He's a Nigerian, actually traveled all over the world. And Juju Maestro, Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey, sang a song about Ajala travel all over the world. So we've got another Ajala here today, apart from Amos, and his name is Toby. Toby is in Garoua, Cameroon. Toby, how's it going today?
Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm getting ready for the games here in Garoua. We were having two games. Ghana and Comoros landed, I think yesterday. Had a training today. Had a feel of Garoua, the weather, the pitch, and the environment. So it looks very good. Good to see Pate. You. I was not able to see Comoros training, but obviously Ghana had the biggest thing here. So good to see them. Good to see them in Garoua. Like a colleague said, hopefully it will forward like the way it has really favored Super Eagles. So but we're looking forward to the two games. Pretty to be an interesting two games. Especially for Egypt, we still have to win to secure secure the next round ticket. So, and like you said, Afcon has been dramatic. I love the fun from the Equatorial Guinea Nigeria game. Today game was really really massive as well. Important, 1 point. For Burkina Faso to finish behind Cameroon. Cameroon still dominant. Unbeaten, 7 points from possible 9. and the top scorer right now with 5 goals. So Afcon is really, having a lot of fun around it. It started very, very on a low level, on a low scoring level. A lot of people complain, but I think after match day two, Afcon has really picked up and is really dominating in the conversation around media in the world right
Toby, let's just zoom in on the Cameroonian team now. What's the feel like in Cameroon at the moment, especially with Vincent Abubakar on fire? This guy is not stopping scoring goals. What's the feel like? What are the Cameroonians saying about Vincent? What are they saying about their chances of winning this competition? What's the feel like in Cameroon?
Honestly, like I told someone today, if they fail to win this tournament, they will be heartbroken. I think a lot of tears. People will cry for this. I mean, what I've seen here in Gabon is it's crazy from the fans. I mean, almost every sport. Before you could do a 2 minutes, 3 minutes drive or 2, 3 minutes walk, there are people, at least 10, 15, 20 people watching on TV for every
Mm.
sport. Then if you go to the games village available for fans, there are hundreds of people there, chanting, making noise, and every morning on their match day. You don't even if you don't check the fixtures, the starting people that wake you up with Vizela from 6 a.m. This certain guy very close to him will make this noise from morning till the end of the game. So,
Wow.
but the energy was a bit low today because they felt, I mean, they're through to the next round. But I mean, I felt the best it should be on a very low level. Still, I started chanting since morning. So, I mean, if they fail to win this tournament, they'll be very heartbroken. I don't know how they will accept that if they don't win this tournament. I mean, they are very, the fans are high on confidence right now. They felt they can beat anything, and it will be very interesting to see how they will switch. The way they've been supporting Nigeria, we'll get to clash maybe in the final. I mean, we'll just stop supporting us anyway. I mean, so it's interesting to see Vincent. I mean, our top scorer had 5 goals, Ojo Gallo. Vincent has scored 5 goals in the group stages, 3 games. Really, really massive. Ojo Gallo scored 5 or 7? I can't remember.
Mm.
I mean, Vincent 5 goals is huge for him in 3 games. Um, it will be very difficult for any player to really catch up with him. The players have to really kick in a lot of goals to catch up with Vincent. I think it's on a very high mountain right now. But it's good for the tournament. Honestly, it deserves to be there. It's not because they're host or I mean it deserves to really work hard. The last game was really tough. They have to keep up from the goal that scored 4 goals today. They were leading a bit. I mean, Cape Verde tried came from behind because I mean what they needed was just solidify their position on the table. So the way they've really accepted this AFCON is huge on the fan base part. And I've spoken to a lot of our colleagues outside Garua, in Yaoundé, in Limbe. A lot of energy in the fans. The fans are really excited with this tournament. And like I said, if they don't win this tournament, I mean people will fall sick in this Cameroon.
Okay. Amos, this Cameroonian team, Toby said it right from day one that he thinks they are going to win this competition. What do you see in this Cameroonian team that's made them different to every other team so far in the competition, apart from the fact that obviously they play at home? Is there anything special about them that you probably might have seen that probably will convince people, those doubting Thomases out there, that they might not win?
I think the Cameroonian team from day one, they've really shown that they want to they want to go for glory, really. If you look at the way they responded, and quite interestingly, the way they've responded in their first 2 games, they went on the back foot. They scored 3 and 4 goals. That's to tell you that hey, that team is not joking at all. And today we saw what Cape Verde did with them. They were almost coasting home to another 3 points, but Cape Verde said no, this is not going to happen. I think it's a team that looks complete going forward, but their backline seem. I see a backline that can also be vulnerable.
Mm.
Especially in their center halves. Look at how the kind of goals they've conceded at some point. Sometimes they tend to lose concentration, and then the opponent hits them, which was the same thing that happened as well today. Onana got carried away or something, and then he lost concentration. by missing that ball. I was asking myself, how on earth did Onana miss that ball? You
Hmm.
know, that's to tell you that they are too overconfident, and you don't get too confident in a tournament like this, because you might just get hot. This might just be one of those tournaments where we will see upsets. Because if you think about it, yeah, look at Sierra Leone, look at the guys that are
Hmm.
causing people upsets. You will be shocked that, hey, are you sure this is not one of those tournaments where we will see a Mino, so to speak, or in quotes, just come and shock everybody? But again, um, Cameroon looks really ready, and I like how they have approached the games. I like how I was even surprised that they didn't rest anybody today. They
Yeah.
went all out. That's to tell you that, hey, they're not ready for jokes. They're not ready to gamble. They want to really go with maximum points and do the business, which they have done. 2 games, 2 wins, and then the last one they got a draw. Of course, they topped the group. They are of course a favorite, to win this tournament. The way they are playing now, they look like they are favorite. And even when you look to their bench, you see that they've also got guys that they can bring on. Imagine a Chupo Moting
Hmm.
sitting on the bench. You know, Njay is there. Clinton and Jay comes on every time these boys come on. They do what they do the needful, and and this is what I sometimes ask when we bring on our own player in the Nigerian national team, and then when we make substitution, I'm like, after this substitution, how does the game go for us? But I believe that with this third match that we're going to play tomorrow, the boys will be fine. I believe
Hmm.
next tomorrow, I think the
I think.
boys will, they will give a good account of themselves. I'm quite confident that Nigeria will do well. We will end the group very well. Maybe what we need is a draw. It's almost looking like a dead rubber already. So if we go get a draw, what we want is for the boys to play well, give us confidence. I don't see a total new team, because it will be very strange to see a total new team. Maybe in some couple of places, Moses Simon can sit down. Maybe Taiwo Awoniyi can also sit down, or maybe start a Taiwo Awoniyi. Give him that confidence. Let him continue to have that confidence, in front of goal. On the right wing, let somebody else come in. Bring an Onyekuru, bring a Taiwo Olayinka. In the midfield, let's also get to see maybe a Kelechi Nwakali start well this time. But you don't want to deplete your team again. You also don't want to deplete your team totally. I think that Toby is right there. He will tell us what he's feeling like in the camp of the Eagles. Toby knows how to get all of those likely likely situations. He knows how to get those things out. Toby, Abby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But before Toby,
Why are you
Toby,
treating the same?
Toby, before we go to the Super Eagles, let's take a look at Cape Verde. They the last time they were in the quarterfinals was 2013. They got to the quarterfinals. They are third in this group. What's and that team is not they're not really a pushover when it comes to you know breaking records or playing in the African Nations Cup. Although they're not regular, they've only had three appearances in the African Nations Cup, really. So, what do you think? Do you think they probably will be able to equal what they did in 2013? I'm talking about Cape Verde now, and qualify
Yeah,
as one of the third best losers, and
yeah,
probably surprise one or two people.
yeah. Absolutely. I was able to saw 2 games against Nigeria. I traveled to Cape Verde. Game Nigeria won 2-1, and also in Lagos. Saw a very decent team. Got a lot of young players in there. Some decent players that play outside Cape Verde in some France, second division, Portugal, and the rest. So I mean, they got a very decent, but I think the manager is really decent as well. So we saw what they did against Super Eagles. Really tough games for us, home and away. Very unlucky to get that win with an own goal in Cape Verde, and in Lagos. We're so very, very lucky with Ndidi just in that position to block that last minute kick. So I mean, they've got a decent team, and like you said, they're a team that can always pull up surprises. If they get the opportunity, they want to take advantage of it and progress as much as possible. Round of 16 for them, very good. The Cameroon group looks very, very tough. I think if you're in the group with the host Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, you fancy yourself finishing with 4 points, and picking one of the best losers sport is decent performance so far. So I fancy them a lot in the next round. They will be very difficult for any opponent they come across, against. It won't be very an easy game for anyone that they play against with because they're very decent. Like I said, I saw them play one up against Nigeria and the team that could call upset. So, these are one of the teams we should look out for. Like we've seen a lot in this tournament, a lot of surprises. Literally getting away. Like Israel alone pushing a lot in the tournament, Cape Verde progressing to the round of 16. These are teams that could cause problems. Even though I still believe, I don't agree with Amos that we might see those teams causing upset to move as much as winning the tournament. I don't think so. I think at some point, the bigger teams swallow them. But I mean, you don't want to slip off against them.
Hmm. Amos, before you go, I know you just got a few more minutes with us. What's happening to Ghana? They play Comoros tomorrow. If anything but a win in that game tomorrow, they probably that's it. Back to Accra and Kumasi. What's happening to them? I think you're mute, Amos.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Ghanaians have a strong team, but going forward, I don't think they have a strong side. They kind of have, a solid guys here and there who can hold their own. Their first game, their greatest undoing was that they started really slow. It was a poor game. Their second game, they slept on it. And then probably they got too confident at some point. And then this last game, they're already talking tough. I think they want to approach this game with full force. But coming to this tournament, who are the strikers that they have? Let us be realistic with ourselves. Who are those strikers that between the Jordan Ayew brothers and the other of the attacks, how many goals can they boast of coming into this tournament? How are they going to get the goals? Where exactly? When you watch Ghana play, sometimes you're like, where is this goal going to come from for Ghana? They depend so much on the heroics or on the fantastic performance of a single individual. And that's Dede Ayew, Andre Ayew. Because without an Ayew, you almost ask yourself, where is this goal going to come from? Individual brilliance. And I was telling somebody that, see, Nigeria cannot go to a competition like this. Never. Strikers who are not scoring, you take them to Afcon, to a competition, Nigerians will never agree. It won't even, the coach won't even dare. Do you understand? So that is the level that we've gotten to. So it is either they are according too much respect to the Ayew brothers, and they need to tell themselves the truth. Jordan Ayew does not deserve a place in that team, that first team, the starting lineup, and that's the reality. Andre Ayew will always give his 100%, and we see it, right? But you really cannot say the same for Jordan Ayew. Sometimes you ask yourself, how is this guy? Does it mean Jordan Ayew is better than many of these Ghanaian players?
He plays well. He might not be scoring goals for Crystal Palace though, but he plays a lot and he plays well.
He started playing well as soon as what's his name now? Patrick Vieira. I saw his game as soon as Patrick Vieira came to Crystal Palace, and I think his game has really improved. But when you see some of his performance, you ask yourself questions like, why is this guy starting this in this team? Maybe the coach really needs to give some other people this chance. Let them come and prove themselves. Let them show what they can do. Don't rely too much on these guys. If it's not happening, it's not happening. They only have one goal between them. Their forward line, their starting forward line. No, where's the confidence for goals? Where are the goals going to come from? We really need to ask ourselves these questions. If Andre Ayew does not score, where is the goal going to come from? It's like Nigeria depending on Kelechi Iheanacho. Just say, oh, it's only Kelechi Iheanacho that we're depending on in this tournament. But Kelechi Iheanacho does scores. We know on his day, Kelechi Iheanacho can even score 2 goals. He can even deliver 2 goals. But we can't say of the same for this Ghanaian team. And the Ghanaians know this. They know this. They know that at some point they have to tell themselves the truth that these guys somehow they need to rethink their attack line. And I think the coach himself has agreed that they don't have because they didn't have too much time to prepare, that he didn't have enough time going into this tournament. Probably that might just be a problem, and the coach just made do with what he has. but it's
he's
going to be
making
really
cheap
unfortunate if
excuses.
the Ghanaians do not progress. Really.
I think he's making cheap excuses.
I hope
No, no,
I hope Ghana beats Comoros tomorrow, and I do hope they qualify because we would like to have party after party, you know,
party after
tomorrow,
party in Garua.
party after party in Garoa.
At least they are in Garua, so Toby can join them in the party.
In the party. We should forget our jollof rice wars now, and
Maybe there will be need to eat jollof
and
rice.
just
There will be a
let's
cost
forget
for
the jollof
rice.
rice wars, and
You know.
hopefully Ghana will become us tomorrow and qualify
I
for
really
the.
have to go now. Thank
Yeah,
you so
okay.
much for having
Thank
me.
you, Amos, for
Yeah.
joining us on the show. Thank you. So, Toby, you've heard what Amos has got to say about the Ghanaians. So, it's in their hands tomorrow. They need to
Yeah,
become a rush for them to stand any chance of qualifying for the round of 16.
absolutely.
And Amos have obviously analyzed it. You've seen them train. What's the mood in that camp today?
Yeah, I mean, mood was positive, to be honest. Saw them after the training. I love what they did. They had about 3, 4, 5 minutes to sing and dance. I think the coach is doing everything to ensure that they take the pressure off of themselves. They were looking as if, I mean, no pressure tomorrow. We just have to win. As if, in fact, the way they show up, as if the job is done already. And I think the coach is trying as much as possible to ensure that the guys are not really feeling too much pressure. And after the training, they used the training pitch and they left to have to work on the main on the main pitch that they will be playing tomorrow. So Pate full of confidence, that you as a captain of the team, they did really work out. But I mean, I think I disagree with Milovan, the coach making excuses about not having enough time. Every manager doesn't have time for this tournament. A lot of players arrive very late. Austin has ever had barely, I mean, barely how many days you have 23 or 24 players in camp. So every coach coming to this tournament, maybe in Ethiopia, Burkina Faso, were able to put that team together very early. The majority of the team who had a lot of players abroad, struggle to get players until like January 3rd. So I mean that's not enough excuse. Why know they're struggling? Like Amos said, they struggle a lot to get goals. A bit of sentiment with their yo pedigree with their dad and a lot of things. I mean, they should find solution to the scoring problem. If they can't score goals, I don't see them moving progressing a lot in this tournament. But I fancy them to get a job done against Comoros tomorrow. I think the manager have done enough to ensure that the pressure is not on the boys, ensuring that they feel relaxed, feel as if the job is done. But in their mind, they have a war, to win tomorrow. So I think they will win. But surprises in this tournament is a big lesson, and they point out that anything can happen. So Ghana needs to put a lot of fight tomorrow to survive this upset. Where I'm hopeful for them, but I don't see them progressing too much in the tournament. I don't think they will progress for long.
Hmm. And obviously, there was another upset yesterday when Equatorial Guinea beat Algeria 1-0, and everyone was like, "Oh, upset, upset, upset." And people tend to forget that this Equatorial Guinean team is they are no pushovers, because in 2015 they got to the semi-finals of the Nations Cup, although as hosts, but they did get to the semi-finals. And don't forget that the same team, they call them Zalang Nacional, that's meaning National Thunder, and they struck yesterday. And everywhere, it was just like one of those club sides in Cameroon called Toneri Kalala, and they struck yesterday. And but again in November, they caused another upset by beating Tunisia, a top African team in the African World Cup qualifiers. So this Equatorial Guinea team are they going to be another Madagascar? Do you think they can also go as far as probably surpassing what they did in 2015?
I mean, they have been around for a couple of years. 2015, like you said, as host, they got a lot of motivation to finish top in the tournament. They've been around in and out of qualifiers of World Cup, Afcon, and this time around in the Nations Cup. So, I mean, a lot of respect for them for what they did against Algeria. That was really really massive against the champions. I mean,
Hmm.
you need to have brave heart to play almost at 100%, being perfect to get the job done against Algeria in such atmosphere.
Hmm.
I mean, the first win of the tournament against the champions after losing the first game. I mean, it's against Kudoval, it's really huge. Kudos to the players, credit to the manager, pulling this off their chair. When you could recall that we mentioned it on the show a few days ago, that the North African teams are not really showing up in this tournament.
Mm,
Maybe apart from
mm,
Morocco,
mm.
you know, I mean, apart from Morocco, we've seen Tunisia struggle against Mali, Algeria struggle in the first game. So, I mean, the signs for the North African are really obvious. Egypt, obviously, very poor against Nigeria, even against Sudan. I mean, they were left with Salah having an opportunity before they could get their first 3 points of the tournament. So, apart from Morocco, who have shown a bit of quality, the other North African teams have really struggled. Right? It was really obvious in the game against Equatorial Guinea and the part of Algeria. Really happy to see teams like this really pull up. I mean, upset, surprises, make the tournament very thick and very unpredictable. But I
Mm.
don't think they will get as much as getting to the semi-finals. Like I said, all this initial grab with all these things might stop in the quarterfinal. I just have a feeling.
Hmm. And if there's anything this African Nations Cup is going to be known for, I mean, people are going to look back at African Nations Cup Cameroon 2021 and see a record-breaking, history-making.
Yeah,
It's going to be a history-making competition because tomorrow we're going to have all-female officials that are going to be refereeing, officiating the game Guinea v Zimbabwe. This is absolutely brilliant. And we're looking at the lady that's going to be in the center circle tomorrow. She's from Rwanda. Her name is Salima Radia Mukansaga. She's from Rwanda. Beautiful. And I tell you what, it makes me feel really proud to be an African, seeing an all female officials tomorrow officiating a cracker of a game, a very important game, Guinea v Zimbabwe. Toby, what does this say about African football?
honestly, this is huge. This is huge for African football. This is huge for women football as well. Huge for everyone on the continent. The women referees have been knocking for a couple of times. I mean, we've seen them, have great tournament in the tournament, and also getting chances to do work as the AR. Majority of them have been working as assistant referee, even in the men's game. I wish it would be Nigeria tomorrow, but it's not a Nigerian referee. Salim has got a lot of good history backing and coming to this tournament. A lot of hype. 35-year-old, um, decent referee. Got this game to do tomorrow. I hope she'll be top of the game. I know she's a very focused referee, and this is very huge. It's good to make history in this kind of tournament. 2021 will be in our heart for a very long time. With a lot of, the pitch, with the upset, with all the games being unpredictable, and then you're throwing a new face into officiating, which is probably, entire, you know, female referee for an important game like this. So it's good. Hopefully, Salima and our colleagues will really take advantage of this and show the world that we've got good and decent women referees. So people will continue to record with us. Who knows? Break this chase in the next couple of years at the World Cup. You'll get global attention if she do it tomorrow. Right? But I think she's top notch for her to be at this level. I mean, you need to pass through a lot. A lot of people don't understand why Nigeria doesn't have a referee. The center referee at the Nations Cup, because you need to pass through a lot of classes and a couple of games you need to do before you get to this stage. So I mean, it's people should respect Salima and Akoni, because I mean they've really worked so hard to be here, and hopefully tomorrow they will give us something to celebrate about it.
And obviously, every one of us here will wishing Salima and Cameroon's Karin Atem Zambong, Morocco's Fatia Jemouni, and the head of video referee VAR tomorrow will also be Morocco's Buchra Kaboni. We wish you all the very best tomorrow. We'll be rooting out for you girls. You have done Africa proud, and hopefully you'll go all the way to the top and represent Africa pretty well at the World Cup in Qatar, hopefully. Toby, I think if we are ready now, my producer, we'll probably go on a quick short break. And when we come back, we would be looking into the Nigerian camp and see what the latest from the Nigerian team, because There's a bit of stuff going on in the Nigerian team. Toby will be able to give us some exclusive into what is happening behind the scenes with the Nigerian team. Just stay there. We'll be back right after this break. It's still Afcon 360 degrees. Welcome back. It's still Afcon 360. My name is Wale, and thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe to this show if you're watching us, and also do take a look at all the videos we've got. We've got some very exclusive videos on this channel. Just have a look. Interviews, exclusive interviews from the Nigerian camp, and obviously from Egyptian camp, and the Ghanaian camp, and a host of others. Just have a look, all right, and satisfy yourself. And if you do like all those videos, please don't forget to leave your comments and also leave the thumbs up for us. All right. So we're talking about, like we said, we're going to talk about Nigeria once before we went on break. Just to remind you, as a reminder, Nigeria, Morocco, and Cameroon have already secured their places in the round of 16 of the African Nations Cup. And Nigeria is going to be playing Guinea-Bissau in the last group match, of Group D. Toby, what's the situation in Nigerian camp so far, and what's the latest, especially on Awaziem and the others?
Yeah, good to see Awazim in training today.
Wow.
Yes, Awazim is
Finally.
back. Yes, back in training, but he wasn't there with an ankle injury.
So it was something else.
Yeah, it was something else. Everyone knew it was COVID. We just decided to manage the situation with the coach and with the entire team. When the coach comes to the press conference and he says all that, we don't want to. Full of a lot of unnecessary controversy. We knew it was COVID, and then everyone was hoping and praying for him to come. A really tough moment for Awazi, from sources. I mean, he was isolated, he was alone, he could not train, wasn't free. So he wasn't seeing a lot of people because you just have to go there and people and say how you doing, and you have to move quickly. So it was really tough on the boy. But I mean, the spirit I saw in him today was really, really good. Came out and was full of life. Was excited to see people again, excited to be part of the training. Very, very sharp in training. I don't think we consider him, but it's good to have Awazim back. I bring a lot of quality into the team, options at the back as well. But from what I saw today, I think Austin is bringing a few changes, trying to do one or two things. Okay, I think I saw Zoe in goal. He did a small practice match today, some tactical setup. Zoe in goal, Ebue from the right back. Ekong will still start from what I saw today. I don't know, maybe you will still change it. There's Semi Ajayi to play Ekong. There's Collins on the left back. Indeed, is still in the middle of the park, and there's Wakali in front of Ndidi Aribo on the other side. And there's a Juke from the left side. Then from the right side, surprisingly, I saw Iwobi on the right side. And then Yana Chol still in there with Palayinka. So this is what exactly I saw today. And later I tried to bring in Ahmed Musa, Eroyeku, and Moses Simon on the other side, not from the third 11 he started with, and do a lot of about 3-4 programs with them. So On the other side, you try to bring in Erioku, Moses Simon, and then I think Ahmed Musa. So, but these 11 guys I saw is he had a lot of, he did about almost 25 minutes with them, different programs, looking at saying, these guys might be the guys that will start again. Like I tweeted today, I think I felt I want to say fresh 11, but sometimes it doesn't work that way in
Mm-hmm.
football. It's need to keep the spine and the shape of the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that you finish the tournament to finish the group stage unbeaten. I mean, you don't want to destabilize ourselves with unnecessary defeat or poor performance that will brings a lot of questions around the team because I mean it put a lot of pressure on those on the bench, especially the second team, because the tempo or the standard and the quality we've seen from the first team, the second team have to get very close. I mean, to get applause from the fans. If
Mm-hmm.
they come in and they had poor performance, there will be a lot of question marks on those coming from the bench to come and add quality because we all know the first 11 or the first 15 players we actually will not be in form almost every time in games, or there might be injuries. So who are those on the bench coming up to come and hard quality? So that's about almost like 7 changes with what I saw today. Maybe have to keep a Kong at the back to also keep his solid his match form. He had tough moments coming to this into the Afcon at Watford, but he
Yeah.
has had a decent 2 games. So I think also want to continue with that. He also I don't think he doesn't want to risk Frank coming in there. He felt that with the experience, it would be better to have a lot of cover up of Semi and the rest, and then maybe and the one can get in the starting shirt. So he will be did decently well on the right back. Maybe reason why still prefer to see Iwobi on the right back. For me, I would prefer to see an Henry Vehicle. I've been saying this. Even today in training, you have to see Henry. He's sharp. He's always ready. I hope when he gets the chance, he won't disappoint me. But I think Austin will still sort of be very decent. We've seen this Guinea Bissau. They're very young, they're very fast, they're tactical as well, very strong. They've got a lot of physicality in them. So it will be an easy game. The fact that I mean, looking as if they got a chance in there, got 1 point if they win 4 points, they might still be hoping to finish among the best loser. Amazing game, very important one for Guinea-Bissau. On our home part, we still want to keep the shape of the team, keep the winning mentality. Just we can do as much as what Cameroon did today. Maybe try to score first, keep it easy, finish the game maybe 1 point, 7 points. We still keep the confidence of the team instead of, I mean, trying to bring unnecessary controversy with the defense. But I mean, I think in everything that happened, we still finish top of this group. Like I've tried to
Mm.
educate a lot of people, this X-ray against Egypt. So, permutation, if Egypt beats Sudan, they will finish with 6 points. God forbid, if we lose to
Mm.
Guinea, we'll finish on 6 points. So, for X-ray between us and Egypt, it means we'll finish top of this group and we're still staying in Garua. But I'm not sure Austin will accept defeat from these boys. This is an opportunity for the second team players to also prove that we've got quality and we can give Austin, selection.
Hmm. At the moment, there's no way this conversation probably would not have, been thought about in the camp, especially as Nigeria's already qualified for the second round. And, they're beginning to think, oh, who are we going to have in the round of 16? Do you think those thoughts will have entered, the camp? I know they will have been discussing in groups and cliches and what have you, but do you think it's something that might probably disrupt the camp and probably, uh, make them lose focus?
No, I don't think they will lose focus. We asked Austin about the possible opponent, and he said, well, he's ready to play anyone. At least he could easily to get data about every team in this tournament. So any opponent you get, you have an access to their data, to their games, just like the way our opponent also have data to games about all as well. So I mean, he said that if you want to be the best, if you want to play as much as possible in this tournament, you don't have to be scared to play anyone. So, but I think they are more focused on the game against Guinea-Bissau. They want to finish very good. So to keep this good momentum around the team, the positive conversation. A defeat might break the team a bit because I mean there'll be a lot of questions around the squad. So the major question will be okay, Austin. So you have just 14 players for this tournament, or you have just 11 players for this tournament. So what about when you have a situation with injury or deep form for the first team player? So who are those on the bench? So like I've been saying on the show, I think the second team player have to realize that this is a very big opportunity for us. They have to cost. Austin's selection and any one of them that got a chance to start on Tuesday or when on against Guinea Bissau have to make it count. Have to push as much as possible as the first player they are replacing. So that it makes this squad very very strong and put us in a very comfortable situation and like a contender because at the end of the day if we're a team of first team 11 players 13, 14, 15. So what about playing against a very tactical side that can cage some of our core? Imagine stopping Moses, Simon. Imagine ensuring that Aribo doesn't have the ball in the middle of the park. So what are the options from the bench? The options brings Milton into the team. Gives us an option and quality from the bench. As much as they play for Moses, Wakali, or some of our players in isolation. So when you come up from the bench, you bring something new. The reason why coaches prefer to have large squad of players with quality. So I hope these guys. I know there will be more pressure on the second team player because I mean they have to lift up the expectations. They have to. I beg your pardon. In the next 2 days, they have to make sure that. I mean, they showed quality because it will be very easy to judge them. People have seen the first team players have good performances against Egypt and Sudan. So if you're stepping down below all those guys, the standard those that have set, put a lot of some mark on you. But I think but the good thing is people are really working. People are lying cast today was working on the shooting. I was surprised to see Olayinka in there. I think Omar have gotten enough chance to compensate. Then I think maybe Oyekuru height might be the problem. Austin is really
Mm.
looking at him to be a center forward. And then the reason why we threw Olayinka into it today, Inka is tall. I'm not sure about his physicality presence, but he's tall. He could work on hold on play, just like what we've seen with Tara when he be a similar, pattern. So hopefully these boys will make it count against Bikini Bissau.
Mm. Austin, I just want to delve into Austin Eguavon. This is his third coming to the national team. He's a technical director. Barring any disappointment against Guinea-Bissau, he has been enjoying his comeback as a coach. He seems to have this knowledge about the way he wants to play the game. He seems to be enjoying the role he is in at the moment as a manager of the team. Um, w- will it be a disappointment for him if at the end of the tournament he does so well? He wins a tournament with Nigeria, probably gets a silver or a bronze, and then at the end of the day, another coach, well, another technical advisor is already there anyway. Takes over the national team, and he goes back to being a technical director. Do you think doing well in this competition might probably, you know, signal the new beginning of Austin Eguavon, probably listening to offers from different African countries and leaving the job as a technical director, where, as far as I am concerned, it's just a name or a destination. Hello, Toby. Okay, I think we lost contact with Toby there. We'll try and reestablish contact with Toby. We're just talking about, well, I was just asking a question about Austin Eguavon enjoying his present role as the manager, because sometimes, managers, when they, especially when things are going on for them, they seem to, just enjoy that feeling. It's going well for me. I'm doing well. I'm enjoying the feel of being, on the technical bench, just by the touchline, not in one office, or not people reporting to me, but me, dictating, how people should play, vice versa. So yeah, Toby, you're back. So the
Yep.
question again is this: Austin is enjoying himself. It looks to be. I see him enjoying himself as being on the touchline, and the team is doing well on his third coming. Do you think he would, at the end of the day, if he delivers for Nigeria, delivery now maybe bronze, another bronze, a silver, or probably the gold, the cup itself? Do you think if he lays down that marker and someone else takes over the job and he goes back to Abuja being a technical director, do you think a situation might come where some of these African countries will say, "Oh my God, yeah, he done well with them, with Nigeria. He's won the cup with Nigeria. He won the silver, won the bronze for Nigeria. Why don't you bring him?" Do you think he might be tempted to probably say, "Yeah, I can do it with another country and just leave Nigeria's technical director bench"? Like I said, I only see that as a designation, really, because I don't see anything the technical director does for the NFF. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. If you trace back history, um, we all recall that Austin was on his way to get a job in Mali before NFF, offered him this technical director, and it took him a few days to think about it, and he felt, okay, well, let me give it a try, because I mean he has also been out of coaching for a couple of years, and the opportunity he got then was to go and coach in Mali, and then NFF job came. So try to weigh his option and say, okay, let me just work here. Let me try and give back to my. It's better for me to work here in my country than going to Mali. And he has not been lucky with club football, to be honest.
Mm.
Austin has not been lucky apart from Enyimba. I think he won a league title. No, I think FA Cup at Enyimba. I think so. So he has not really been lucky with club football, because you can't say Austin is a bad coach. I mean, he joined 2006 for someone as a domestic coach to finish with the bronze medal. He produce Mikel as much as possible then in 2006. So he's a decent manager. And and I said, I think won the FA Cup with Enyimba International, one of the biggest in the African continent, and also the biggest in Nigeria. So I think Austin will be disappointed, yeah, because I saw his body language. Was it 2 or 3 days ago when we asked him the same question about the Portuguese coming in, and he said, "Oh, Portuguese, we're obviously working on that. I can't really say I'm his boss, but you could see the body language that Austin will not be happy with that kind of arrangement. But I think everything is in favor of Austin right now. Firstly, for my sources, I have heard the fact that conversation with the Portuguese coach is really on a slow level right now. The goalkeeper, they said the guy will be in Cameroon. It's not here. The NFF is also slowing down, try to study because I mean Austin cannot take this team to the semi-final. And you're saying you're bringing a manager that will work with this team for just 1 week before the playoff. So it is NFL will be working on the dangerous part. So it is very important for you to allow Austin to continue, because see, this is the truth. I don't think NFL respect Austin as much as what he has achieved in these last 2 games. I don't think a lot of people even believe in Austin. For me, I had this belief. I told people that this thing could, because we also what is happening with Jonathan. Really, what is happening with Jonathan is staying for too long. He doesn't need a new manager to come in and twist a few things, and these guys will spark up. And that's what is happening. It could be anyone. It could be Austin. It could be anyone of this. That was what happened also when Jonathan came. When Jonathan came, the team was in the low, and he came in with his own method. And I mean, within a couple of weeks, the team spark up, and he had good results in the World Cup qualifier, in the Afcon qualifier. So I think also will be disappointed. He's human. I think he loves his job. He's getting a lot of positive reviews in the global media. I mean, so especially for where we're coming from in the last year, not Nigeria, and for us to play this kind of football with less than 3 weeks with the boys, yeah, you're getting a lot of accolades. So he wants to stay on this job. So every job is juicy. It's one of the biggest in Africa. You want to stay there as a manager. Like so you want to go back to an office to work. How many of impact, how much impact are you having as technical director? How many of programs is anything allowing you to do? How many of things are you doing? You can't even have a conversation when the director was there. You also cannot even listen to the technical department. So even working with them. So it's just for you to just sit down in the office after you put a lot of this hard work. But I think if Austin finish top four with this kind of performance, I think the conversation about choosing, I think this guy will be the guy to lead us through the playoff. I'm not sure about the World Cup right now because they say a lot of time for that. But if Austin continue with this kind of performance, it means for us to get to the semi-final, you have to be the Minos, the upset guys, and the big teams for you to get to the semi-final or finish top four because of. So it will be difficult. It's not even sensible enough to say you want to take Austin on. And this is what I said. When they were trying to search for a foreign coach, I had this opinion that it is either the foreign coach takes responsibility now, or you're not bringing him at all, because it doesn't make any sense. But like I said, I don't think NFL are even surprised what Austin have done and his crew. So it's good to see Austin, changes conversation between a foreign coach and a domestic coach for the Super Eagles. It's really, really huge with what he has achieved in the last 2 games. Hopefully, he will do more and finish top four. He finish top four, bro. He will carry black and he must be there.
hopefully, I don't know, we do well with the Super Eagles, and because just like you mentioned, being a technical director in the NFF, it's just kind of
Like
I don't know,
Jamboree.
it's just like a promotion to redundancy
Yeah,
as far as I'm
exactly.
concerned, because what technical blueprint did the NFF have for Austin to implement?
Exactly.
The under 23 team, the under 20 team, the under 16 team. What technical blueprint do they have for him to implement? I seem to think he's a very good coach. He might not have done that pretty much well in Nigeria, but look at what he did in Malta. Islima Wanderers. He took over into I think in 2000, and they led them to second place finish in the Maltese league. I mean, that's for someone who obviously has come out of Africa. That's huge. That's huge. Well, like we always say, we wish him all the very best. I mean, whatever he wants to do after the Nations Cup, it's entirely up to him. If he wants to go back to being the technical director in Abuja, all well and good. Good luck to him. Um, so we Nigeria plays in 2 days, and we've talked so much about the Guinea-Bissau team, and we've seen so many upsets, and we're not writing it off Egypt because anything can happen. I mean, uh, touch wood, we don't lose that game against Guinea-Bissau. If we do, then it all changes, and Egypt probably wins against Sudan. That's it, all change. Egypt comes first, Nigeria comes second. This Guinea-Bissau team, I know you said something about the fact that they're young, they're fast, they're energetic, and whatever. Are they capable of causing an upset, just like the Equatorial Guineans?
Yeah. I think we're not getting the information right. I think if I think the head-to-head rules favor us. If even if we lose against Guinea-Bissau and Egypt wins, we'll still finish top. I saw the document today.
Okay,
Is head-to-head is the first rule. So I
all
think
right.
we'll finish top.
Mm,
Then coming to Guinea-Bissau. Honestly, it will depends on how much on the second team on the new players that will be getting opportunity to play against Guinea-Bissau. It all depends on them. Yes, I've seen them. I think they can cause upset. They can get a win against us because I think they will come out and fight. What they did
mm,
against Egypt was really good. I mean, it's not for not being lucky against the VAR decision. They could have just finished that game with 1 point or still trying to get a winner against Egypt. I mean, they didn't allow Egypt to play. Salah hardly get it, but just like the way we dominated. I mean, they had almost good moments against Egypt. So I mean, and now we might likely throw a team who is the second team in this tournament against them
mm,
for a team who is more ambitious than us, for a team that needs to win and to finish with 4 points and stay hopeful that they will finish among the best losers. So I think they will pull a lot of fight, a lot of really really good fight. But at the end of the day, it depends on how much our second team will be taking up this opportunity to also
mm,
prove that. I mean, we're not here to just add to the numbers. We are quality players that can come from the bench and add quality to this team. So it makes the game very interesting. The part of Guinea-Bissau as the entire team, they need this 3 point more than we do. On our own part,
mm,
we need players to prove that we are quality enough to be part of this squad.
mm. So it's good news. Thank you for that correction about the head-to-head. So whatever happens, Nigeria still tops the group on Tuesday. That's very interesting. Listen, Toby, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and especially when you give us the insights about what's been happening down there in Garoua, Cameroon. I mean, not just in the Nigerian camp, the Egyptian camp, the Ghanaian camp, Guinea-Bissau camp, Sudanese camp. Thank you so much for that. And well, uh, um, you're going to be watching the Ghanaian team tomorrow, so
Yeah,
hopefully
absolutely.
you will be able to give us some good news about the Ghanaian team tomorrow after they might have beaten Comoros, because
Uh,
we
you're,
still
you're,
have to.
you're, you're, you're rooting for Ghana. Why
Uh,
not come on?
well, they are our brothers, you know. We're from the same West African sub-region
What
of
about
Africa, so.
what, what about likely contenders? Leaving so early.
Anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show again today. Thank you so much, Toby. I
Yeah,
wish
I'm
you a
always
very good night. Um, so yeah, and that's it for the show today. We've talked so much about quite a lot of things today, and zeroing in on Nigeria's chances against Guinea-Bissau on Tuesday. That's it. That's our take today for Afcon 360 degrees. A special thanks again to Toby all the way in Garoua, Cameroon, and to Amos that's joined us from Sheffield tonight. And wonderful thanks to my series producer Yomi Omogbeja for making sure ensuring that you can hear me and we can get in touch with our two other, boys in Africa and the other one in England. Just before I round up, I just want to say this again. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show and have a look at what we've done in the past, all the exclusive we've got for you from AFCON. If you do like it, please leave comments about it. And obviously, don't forget the likes, okay? Give us the likes, subscribe, tell someone about us, all right? So, wishing you a very good night. And until I come your way again next time, my name remains Wale. Have a good night and see you later.